I am the proud daughter of an undocumented worker. My father came to the United States as a child around 1920. He became a citizen after he fought in World War II. My great-grandmother and great-aunt died without becoming citizens. They were terrified by the prospect of being deported. Deportation is devastating for families who have been ripped apart by it. It has left children traumatized when their parents don't come home from work because they were picked up by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. Left alone, too young to know what to do, who to call, or where to go, they are left orphans. Many find themselves in foster care. Fast for Families is a national campaign that is pressuring U.S. congressional representatives to end family separations and legislate a pathway to citizenship.
Fast for Families is a national campaign that started back in November. It started to pressure our congressional representatives to take action on immigration reform, to include a pathway to citizenship and to end family separations. And once it kicked off in early November, there was a huge movement that happened throughout the country where other fasts started commencing with the same message to the local representatives. We had a fast here that started a few days right after the fast in D.C. did, and it lasted for 5 days. We were outside of Representative Royce's office here in Brea, and we would do legislative visits every day to his office to try to set up a meeting, try to get a conversation going around the issue and see where it is that he stands on it.
So when our Congress gives people who enter the country legally rewards, like amnesty, or they remove the legal status and let them to work here, that just floods the labor market with too much cheap labor, and then that drives down the cost of labor, and that creates poverty for citizens and non-citizens.
Economics professor David Carr at UC Berkeley, economics professor Gianmarco Octaviano at the London School of Economics and Political Science, economic professor Giovanni Perry at the University of California, Davis, and Heidi Schierholz, labor market economist with the Economic Policy Institute in Washington, D.C., research shows that immigrants complement rather than compete with native-born American workers, even less skilled workers and less skilled African American workers. Their research continually shows that American workers are not harmed by and may even benefit from undocumented workers. Also, Stephen Gross, chief actuary of the Social Security Administration, noted undocumented workers paid $15 billion into Social Security with no intention of ever collecting benefits. Without the estimated 3.1 million undocumented immigrants paying into the system, Social Security would have had tax revenue shortfalls to cover payouts starting in 2009. Stephen Gross said a path to citizenship would bring $57 billion to Social Security funds by 2017 and would add $611 billion to the system over the next 75 years.
Y no es lo que dice el gobierno, que dependemos, que venimos a quitarles el trabajo a la gente. No, nosotros hacemos el trabajo que la gente no quiere hacer. Nosotros venimos al campo, a las oficinas, a limpiar baños, cosa que una persona que tiene papeles no lo quiere hacer. Una gente que tiene un estudio, ellos dicen, yo no voy a hacer eso. Es lo que nosotros venimos a hacer, ese servicio que se deben de dar cuenta que no les estamos haciendo ningún daño, porque es un trabajo que nadie quiere de ellos. ¿Y qué? Nosotros lo tenemos que hacer, con gusto lo hacemos, con respeto lo hacemos, y creo que se los hemos demostrado en que venimos a trabajar, no a depender de un gobierno.
Mano Cha is a South Korean. Her daughter immigrated to South Carolina when she married an American citizen. Her daughter got a family petition that allowed Manocha to immigrate to the United States. Manocha discusses her life and how she became involved with Fast for Families last year. Young Ho Kim of the Korean Resource Center will translate.
또 생각났어요?
그래서 지금 우리 엄마가 아들, 딸, 형제들 다 헤어진 것 같이 나도 지금 아들, 딸하고 한국에 다 있고 나 여기 있고 그러니까 얼른 빨리 이렇게 와서 같이 살아야 되는데 이게 이민 개혁이 돼서 이게 초청을 하면 빨리 와야 되는데 자꾸 없애버리려고 캔슬하려고 그러잖아요 지금. 그러니까 이제 미국에는 좋은 나라고 내가 와서 하고 싶은 거 열심히 공부하면 성공도 하고 또 이렇게 사회에 영향도 미치고 이게 한국에서도 미국 오는 거 그렇게 소원하고 그러는데 이렇게 좋은 나라에 와가지고 공부해서 잘 성공해서 사회 활동도 하고 기독교 나라잖아요. 그래서 너무 좋아하는데 이게 이민개혁이 빨리 돼서 이게 초청하면 좀 빨리 오게 그렇게 좀 하고 싶어서 이렇게 애타게 기도하면서 하나님이 빨리 이렇게 마음을 움직여서 모든 그분들도 여기 가족도 있고 형제도 있고 다 있으니까 그 아픔을 좀 빨리 서로 마음을 좀 이렇게 합해서 이민개혁이 빨리 돼서 포괄적으로 됐으면 좋겠다 하는 마음으로 캠페인하고 눈물 이렇게 흘리고.
Yeah, so I just want to live together with my children and my children soon. They're all mostly in Korea, and family should be living together. And I'm just getting older, and in the current immigration debate, there's some proposals to eliminate or reduce these family categories. So I'm concerned about that. 그리고 또 뭐라고 하셨죠? And the U.S., is a country where it's supposed to be about freedom and justice, and where people have an opportunity if they want to educate themselves and so forth. So there should be opportunities given to immigrants who want to be together with their families. I want to add something she shared yesterday, which I thought was very interesting. So between North and South Korea, there's the 38th, the 30th parallel, and when a lot of family members were sharing how they crossed the border, came to the U.S., and now there's no way for them to go back to Mexico and see their parents. She could relate that to the 38th parallel, because before Korea was separated, you could cross over, but now that they're here, there's no way, no one can cross either way, and they don't even know if people are alive or not. So that's how she could relate her story with the border. Yeah.
Take action. Call your representative 866-691-9212. Tell them you support common sense immigration reform with a pathway to citizenship, and they should too. Donate to the cause today. We can't win this fight on our own. Please help keep our campaign going and allow us to keep visiting communities across the country. Share our campaign on Facebook with friends and family, raising public awareness of the suffering and sacrifice immigrants face in our country. Sign up for text message updates. Text FAMILIES, FAMILIES, to 787753 for receiving action alerts from the campaign. This is Marlene Alvarado and Soy Del Pueblo. I am of the people.